If you're over 60, I want you to know this video was made especially for you. Do you ever find yourself in this situation? You go to bed, you fall asleep just fine, but then, a few hours later, you're wide awake. Maybe it was a trip to the bathroom that woke you. Maybe it was a small noise, but now you're just lying there. Your body is tired, but your mind starts racing with worries you didn't even have during the day. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? You feel like your own mind is working against you, keeping you from the rest you so desperately need. Well, you're not alone in this, and it's not just in your head. There are real biological reasons this happens as we get older. The good news is there are simple, natural things we can do to help. Today we're going to talk about a wonderful, gentle supplement that is showing amazing promise for helping people just like you get a full, deep, and uninterrupted night's sleep. And crucially, we'll talk about how it can reduce those nighttime trips to the bathroom. So please, stay with me. Let's explore this together. The first helper we're going to talk about is called glycine. So, what is glycine in simple terms? Imagine your body is built from tiny little building blocks like Lego bricks. These blocks are called amino acids, and they build everything from our muscles and skin to the hormones that regulate our mood. Glycine is one of the simplest, most fundamental of these building blocks. It's completely natural and something your body already uses every single day for thousands of vital processes. It's not a foreign chemical, it's a part of you. Where can you find it in food? Glycine is most abundant in protein-rich foods. You'll find it in chicken, fish, beef, and dairy. It's also the main component of gelatin, the ingredient that gives jelly its classic wobbly texture. Bone broth is another fantastic source, which is why a warm cup of it can feel so comforting. So why take it as a supplement? While we do get it from food, getting a specific, concentrated amount right before bed can have a unique and powerful effect on our sleep. Think of it like this. Having a glass of water with dinner is good for hydration, but drinking a full glass of cool water after a long walk in the sun provides a special, targeted kind of relief. A glycine supplement gives your body that targeted, special dose right when it needs it most to send a clear signal to your brain and body that it's time for deep, restorative rest. It's about giving your body the right tool in the right amount at precisely the right time. So, how does this simple little building block work such magic? One of the main ways is by helping to regulate your body temperature. To get into a deep sleep, your body's core temperature needs to drop slightly. Think about how it's always easier to fall asleep in a cool, fresh room than a hot, stuffy one. That's an external cue, but glycine helps your body do this from the inside out. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine your body is a warm house on a summer evening. To cool the house down, you open the windows on opposite sides to create a breeze and let the heat escape. Glycine does something similar. It gently relaxes and opens up the tiny blood vessels in your skin, especially in your hands and feet. This encourages more blood flow to your extremities, which act like little windows for your body, allowing excess heat to radiate away and helping your core cool down faster. This small, natural drop in temperature is a powerful, ancient signal to your brain that says, it's safe, it's dark, it's time to go into deep sleep now. A wonderful study published in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms looked at people who struggled with their sleep. They gave them 3 grams of glycine before bed. The results were fantastic. Not only did the participants report feeling much more rested and refreshed upon waking, but the science backed it up. They fell asleep faster, and most importantly, they got into the deepest, most restorative stage of sleep, called REM sleep, much more quickly. Think of REM sleep as your brain's diligent nightly filing crew. All day long, you're taking in information, having conversations, learning new things. At night, during REM sleep, this crew gets to work. It organizes the day's events, files away important memories in the long-term cabinet, and clears out the mental clutter. This process is absolutely essential for memory consolidation. As we get older, protecting our memory becomes a top priority, and getting enough quality REM sleep is one of the best ways to do that. By helping you get to this stage faster and stay there longer, glycine ensures you get more of that essential brain-cleaning and memory-saving time. That's why people in the study not only felt more rested, but also had a sharper memory and felt more clear-headed the next day. That's a true win-win. Now, if you're finding this information helpful already, do me a quick favor and gently tap that like button below the video. It truly helps more people find this information. Thank you. Now, let's talk about the number one sleep disruptor for so many of us, waking up to use the bathroom. This is where glycine truly shines. Researchers were curious about this and conducted a study specifically on people who had this exact problem, a condition called nocturia. The study, published in the Journal of Complementary and Alternative Therapy, was fascinating. For 4 weeks, one group of people took a placebo, a simple sugar pill, while the other group took 3 grams of glycine. The results for the glycine group were remarkable. They had significantly fewer episodes of waking up to urinate. They felt less urgency, meaning the signal wasn't as jarring or demanding. And here's the best part for so many. For those who still had to get up, the glycine helped them sleep for a longer period before the first urge woke them. Imagine this for a moment. Instead of waking up at 2 a.m., what if you could sleep straight through until 4:30 or 5 a.m.? For most of us, that would be a complete game changer. That's 7 or 8 hours of solid, uninterrupted sleep. That's the difference between a groggy, difficult day and a bright, energetic one. So how does it work? It's not a diuretic or a muscle paralytic. The magic is in its calming effect on the nervous system, and that includes the very sensitive nerves that control your bladder. Think of the signal from your bladder to your brain as a doorbell. For many people with nocturia, that doorbell is overly sensitive. A tiny bit of pressure sets off a loud, urgent ring that jolts you awake. Glycine helps to turn down the sensitivity of that doorbell. It doesn't disable it. You'll still hear it when a visitor genuinely needs to be let in, but it stops ringing loudly for every little leaf that blows past. It calms those jumpy nerves so you're not woken by premature alarms, allowing you to sleep until your bladder is actually full. Now, let's briefly touch on glycine's helpful friend, creatine. Creatine is another natural substance that your body makes. Its main job is to provide quick, accessible energy to your cells, especially your brain cells. Think of it as little rechargeable battery packs for your brain. Your brain is incredibly active at night, running all those cleaning and memory programs. Sometimes, these little brain cell batteries can run low overnight. When they do, your brain can send a tiny panic signal that causes a micro-arousal, a little hiccup in your sleep that can jolt you awake for no apparent reason, often leaving you wondering, why am I awake? So how does glycine help? Well, glycine is a key building block your body uses to make its own creatine. It's a primary ingredient in the recipe. By taking glycine before bed, you're giving your body a fresh supply of the raw materials it needs to keep those little brain batteries topped up all night long. This helps prevent those energy dips that can wake you up, leading to a smoother, deeper, and more stable night of sleep. They work as a wonderful team to keep both your bladder and your brain calm. Finally, before we get to more practical tips, let's talk about those nighttime worries. Isn't it strange how a small concern can feel like a huge, overwhelming problem at 3 a.m.? This happens because the fight or flight parts of our brain can become overactive when we're woken up suddenly. Glycine can help with this too. It works on receptors in your brain that act like a calm down switch. It has an inhibitory effect, which is a scientific way of saying it tells the excited parts of your brain to hush. Think of it like this. A stressful thought is like a loud, annoying song playing on the radio in your head. Glycine doesn't necessarily smash the radio, but it gives you the ability to calmly reach over and turn down the volume. It creates a little bit of peaceful distance between you and the worry, so you can acknowledge it without getting swept up in the flood of anxiety. This allows your body and mind to relax and drift back to sleep much more easily. Studies have even shown that glycine can help lower our main stress hormone, cortisol. So it's not just a feeling of calm. There's a real physical effect happening that helps blunt the sharp edges of stress and anxiety, especially when you're most vulnerable in the middle of the night. So, if you're interested in trying this, how should you go about it? The research points to a very clear and simple method. The amount is 3 grams, taken about 2 hours before you plan to go to bed. This gives it enough time to be absorbed and start working its magic. Mixing it with a small amount of warm water is a perfectly fine way to take it. Now, while glycine is a fantastic tool, let's talk about some other simple, powerful strategies you can add to create a complete plan for a peaceful night. These are things you can do that work beautifully alongside glycine. First, let's talk about a simple physical trick to help with nocturia. Often, we wake up to pee at night because fluid has been pooling in our lower legs during the day due to gravity. When we lie down flat, all that fluid returns to our bloodstream and gets filtered by the kidneys, filling our bladder. Here's a wonderful tip. For an hour or two in the evening, while you're reading or watching television, try to elevate your legs. Prop them up on a stool, an ottoman, or some pillows, so they are at or above the level of your heart. This allows that fluid to move out of your legs and be processed by your body before you go to sleep. You might find you urinate more before bed, but that leaves your bladder much emptier for the long night ahead. It's a simple mechanical trick that costs nothing and can make a world of difference. Second, consider talking to your doctor about sleep apnea. This is a condition where you briefly stop breathing many times during the night. It's surprisingly common and often undiagnosed. When you stop breathing, the oxygen level in your blood drops, which puts stress on your heart. In response to this stress, your heart releases a special hormone that has one main side effect. It tells your kidneys to produce more urine. Many people who get treated for sleep apnea are astonished to find that their nighttime urination problems completely disappear. It's a major hidden cause of nocturia. Third, let's think about what can irritate the bladder. Just like some foods can give you heartburn, other foods and drinks can make your bladder feel more twitchy or urgent. The biggest culprits in the evening are caffeine, even from decaf coffee or tea, alcohol, spicy foods, and highly acidic foods like tomatoes or citrus fruits. You don't have to eliminate them from your life, but simply being mindful and reducing them in the hours leading up to bedtime can have a very calming effect on your bladder overnight. And here's one more helper to consider: magnesium. Magnesium is a mineral that is known as the relaxation mineral. It helps relax over 300 systems in your body, including your muscles. And guess what? Your bladder is a muscle. A specific form called magnesium glycinate is particularly wonderful because you get both the relaxing benefits of magnesium and the sleep-promoting benefits of glycine in one. It can help reduce muscle cramps and that feeling of restlessness in your legs, too. Finally, let's talk about what to do when you do wake up in the middle of the night. This is key. The goal is to avoid frustration. Fighting to get back to sleep is like trying to hold on to a wet bar of soap. The harder you squeeze, the faster it slips away. Instead, have a plan. Keep a very dim, warm-colored nightlight in your hallway or bathroom, not a bright overhead light that will shock your system awake. If you can't fall back asleep after 15 or 20 minutes, get out of bed. Go to a comfortable chair in another room with a dim light and read a boring book or listen to some calm, quiet music. No television, no phone, no computer screens. Their blue light is a powerful signal to your brain to wake up. The goal is not to try to sleep, but to just relax peacefully until you feel sleepy again, and then return to bed. By accepting the wakefulness instead of fighting it, you take away its power and reduce the anxiety around it. As always, it's a good idea to chat with your doctor before starting any new supplement, just to make sure it's right for you and your specific health situation. To get a full night of deep, uninterrupted sleep is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves, especially as we get older. It affects our mood, our memory, our energy levels, and our overall health. Glycine, combined with these other simple, gentle strategies, is a well-researched and powerful way to help you reclaim those peaceful nights. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you found it helpful and encouraging. If you did, please click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. Sleep well. I'll see you in the next video.
Thousands of seniors have found this video helpful, so I highly recommend you watch it. Click to keep going.